Hi, I'm Steve Valletta, and this is Beans, Beats and Bankruptcy. Today, we're going to be talking about what's hot on the cafe scene, music we're listening to at work, and bankruptcy. So today, we're drinking a coffee of Wildflower in Canberra. The beans are by honour. Perfection. In the Beats segment, we're going to be reviewing tracks we work to, how they impact our mood, and whether they assist us to get a good outcome for our clients. So today, I'm going to be reviewing a track called Sunshine by Dario G, Sunchhyme. The track, frankly, is inspirational. It's a track you're going to want to put on just as you get out of bed when you're putting on a crisp suit before a particular piece of difficult litigation. As far as workability, it's a 10. It's inspirational, but it's smooth, it's uplifting, it's classic 90s EDM. So welcome back to part 2 of Bankruptcy Basics. In case you missed it, part 1 covered what is bankruptcy and how do I go bankrupt. And today we're going to be talking about a number of things that people ask me when they're considering bankruptcy, or a number of little niggly issues or even serious issues that can happen after people become bankrupt. So let's get into it. Well, the most common question that people ask me when they go bankrupt is, will my bankruptcy be advertised? The simple answer is no. Your bankruptcy won't be advertised, it won't be splashed in the front page of the paper or even in the classifieds, but it will be put on a federal government register, which can be accessed by individuals after paying a small fee, and will probably likely find its way to your credit report. So yes, it's publicly available, it is accessible, but it won't be advertised. And then, on the flip side, one of the common questions I do get asked about bankruptcy is, how do I check if someone is bankrupt? Well, simply, you go on the NPII, so the National Personal Insolvency Index, you pay $15 and you do a search. And if someone shows up on that index, it indicates that they are subject to some form of bankruptcy or other external administration under the Bankruptcy Act. So assets. What happens to your assets if you go bankrupt? Simple answer is all of your divisible property. So most of your property that isn't, personal assets, some tools of trade and things of sentimental value and a few other things that are excluded by the Act, all become part of your divisible assets. So the assets which are available to your creditors via your bankruptcy trustee to be sold or otherwise dealt with for the benefit of your creditors. There are other exceptional things that are also not included, settlements from personal injury claims or your superannuation, a few other things, but basically most of your assets, other than a few exceptions, form part of your bankrupt estate and can be sold or otherwise dealt with for the benefit of your creditors. So understanding the risk and reward of bankruptcy as a tool for financial liberation and the compromise of creditor claims is really important. And talking to an advisor that understands that, whether it's a financial counselor, a financial planner, insolvency practitioner, insolvency lawyer and advisor such as myself, is very important before making the final decision to go bankrupt. Before going bankrupt, people tend to have a lot of questions, as you can tell, and it's not enough to know, what is bankruptcy, how do I go bankrupt, will it be publicly known, what type of advice should I get? People want to know what are the implications, and quite simply, they want to know, will I lose my house, will I lose my job, will I lose my car? And the simple answer is, in reverse order, you won't lose your car if it's worth less than $8,000. If it's worth more, then the available equity in the motor vehicle in excess of $8,000 can be liberated through some way, either by sale or financial settlement with a third party for the benefit of your creditors. Will I lose my job? Well, that's very personal. There's no specific law which requires you to lose your job because you are bankrupt. In fact, the system actually promotes you continuing to earn an income so that you can make payments to your creditors. And in fact, you're required to make payments to your creditors in a particular percentage when you earn an income over a particular amount, depending on how many dependents you have and what year it is that you're actually watching this video. So if you want more information about that, you can jump online and check out the AFSA website. You can check out the Chamberlain's website. Now, but no, you're not going to lose your job. However, it may be specifically banned by your employer or by a licensing body. So before you do go bankrupt, particularly voluntarily, it's really important to contact your employer and have a confidential conversation with HR about the financial position you're in, just to get some certainty, and contact your licensing body to make sure that bankruptcy doesn't have a indirect or direct issue with respect to you holding a professional certification or a building license or something like that. And then thirdly, will I lose my house? Yes. If you own a house and there's available equity in the home, it's a divisible asset and it's available for the benefit of your creditors. So unfortunately, that means that if you can't do a deal with the bankruptcy trustee or the official receiver, depending on who's administering your estate, to liberate that equity in some other way for the benefit of your creditors, then the house very well may be sold and likely will be sold for the benefit of your creditors. So as I say every week, it's really important that you have a chat with an insolvency advisor, an insolvency practitioner, lawyer, etc., someone that can help you, even a financial counselor who can help you understand the implications of bankruptcy and help you plan for a bankruptcy which is going to be meaningful, but also as stress-free as possible, because ultimately life is about the holy trinity of time, money and stress, and bankruptcy can be very liberating for some, but some planning, some awareness, some consideration of the implications of bankruptcy is really important.